So here we are in the Pier Restaurant, just in the old Pier cottage. The amazing thing is, Lloyd, that it doesn't smell at all of any oil. And so what's the plans?
Well, as you see, the holes filled in. The last testing they did said that there was no contamination left down there. The last thing we had to do after that was to take an air sample, which we did, and we sent that off last week for analysis. And as soon as we hear back from them, we'll know what we can do. And ideally, it'll come back clear, and then we can start getting people back in here and cleaning up, tidying up, and getting the building back into community use.
Yeah, and part of that process is involving the community in exactly how we're going to use it. So having some kind of consultation session, maybe actually in the premises itself once it's cleaned up, so people can actually see what's in here, and then we can decide how best to use it.
Yeah,
great. So something else happened this weekend. With the Taversoe, didn't it?
Yes.
What happened there?
Yes, the Taversoe finally, thanks everyone being patient, the Taversoe finally opened up under new management. So the community owns the hotel, the pub, and it's being run by Bill and Rachel. So it opened on Thursday night, but properly opened to the public on Saturday, and I believe quite a lot of people turned up.
Yeah, I was there actually at the opening when Chris cut the ribbon.
Right.
And and you can read about it in the Arcadian, all being well on Thursday. And really it was surprising. Really, it seemed just a centre of the community. Once again, it's almost as if it had never been closed, it seemed, when you were in there.
All I know is food and but I've been told it's going to keep you guys in
And tell me about the Community Benefit Society.
They put all the work in behind the scenes for months. Hundreds of hours of work. There's lots of legal stuff to do, lots of leases to be drafted, read through, and finally signed off. So they put that work in, and very, very grateful to them for all of that. And they will effectively be the managers of the pub, although the day-to-day management is down to Bill.
And what's the relationship between the Development Trust and the CBS?
It's deliberately set up to be a bit arm's length. So the CBS has a lease with the owner of the building, which is the trust. So the community owns it through the trust.
Yeah.
The trust has leased it to the CBS, and the CBS have got a tenant in to run the pub. It's a bit convoluted, but that was the way we did quite a lot of consultation last year and the year before, and that was the way people wanted it to be. That the trust is not managing the pub, and that's fair enough.
Brilliant, and to have so many volunteers who are completely independent of the trust means that the decisions that are made about running it are completely independent. It's not the board of directors and the trust that are making those decisions.
Yeah.
They're just making decisions about the actual fabric of the building. Tell me about what's happening with the e-bikes, because summer's coming now.
We've had this lovely weather, and some people have been coming to us saying, can we get the bikes out? So yes, the bikes are being serviced this week for their annual service, and if anyone's interested, please get in touch, either with me in the office or with Christine, who's running the transport for us, and we'll see about lending you a bike.
Great. And moving on to the other electric vehicles we have.
Yeah, just have to mention that both the Leaf, the Nissan Leaf car club car, and the Dial-A-Ride van are being serviced and maintained this week. It might take a couple of weeks to get them both back on the road again.
Okay, well, I think that's all the news for now.
Yep, thanks Peter.